Welcome all to our video of SQL learning. Today's video will be solving some basic problems. We will be solving some problems from sqlpractice.com. You can see the website that I am in. So there are a couple of problems here. They are ranging from easy to medium to hard. We will be solving some problems of easy category today, and this will be very basic. Who are thinking to learn SQL from the very beginning? Okay, so let's get started. This is the window of sqlpractice.com, and we are on the first question. The question is on the right side. Here it is showing the question. The question is, show the category name and description from categories table sorted by category name. Okay, this is just telling us to show two fields from a table, and those information should be sorted by category name. If we want to see the table, the scheme of the table, that will be available here. Here it is showing that the table is formed of three columns. The first one is category ID, that's an integer type. The second one is category name, and the third one is description. Our just concern is about the first two columns, category name, and uh, last two columns, category name and description. And the table name is showing here the categories. Okay, so let's start writing the query. First we will write the select state clause. The it will be auto-filled if you write just yes. And now we are just trying to pick those two columns, category name and description. So we will be writing those separated by commas. It is your category name. I'm just pressing tab key and it will be completed automatically, and description. Okay, now we will be writing from clause. From will be from which table we are gonna put pick the information. So we are going to extract the information from categories table that is written here. Categories, CATE. Though it's already being shown here, that's the table categories, so it's being auto-filled. Now we have to sort the information through by category name. So we will be writing order by clause. Order by, that will be category name. Okay, so this is our query, and let's run this. Okay, so it's showing that we have written this correctly, and here's the answer shown. Category name, description, the way the question is asked to us. Okay, so we have solved the first problem. Let's go to the second problem. Okay, so now we are in the second problem. The second problem is showing that saying that show all the contact name, address, and city of all customers which are not from Germany, Mexico, and Spain. If we see the table schema, like we will find that there is a contact name column. On the third column is contact name, and address is the fifth column, and city is the sixth column. So we have to show those three columns from this customers table, but we will not be we also should restrict the information where the customers are from these three countries: Germany, Mexico, and Spain. So the thing that we have to do, we will fetch all the information required, and we will also put a where clause or conditional so that it won't fetch the information from those countries. Okay, so let's start writing. So select the three columns we need: contact name, then address, then city. Okay. of all the customers. The table will be from customers table. Here it is showing that the table. Now we have to write the where clause where we our information should not be from those three countries. So those three countries should be excluded. So country. So where country not in, then in a parenthesis we have to write those names of the countries. It's Germany. Have to make this separated through a comma. Mexico, comma, and Spain. Okay, I think this is fine and it should work. So this will fetch those three columns from the customer table and also will not include the information where the country is those three countries: Germany, Mexico, and Spain. So let's run it. Okay, so it's showing that our query is correct and it's showing the information below. Here is one thing, like we haven't fetched any column of country, so the information contains here are not from those countries other than those countries. But if we want to be confirmed, then we can add the country column also, so that we can just have a look. Now we can see the country column is showing here, and here we can see there's no country will be from Germany, Mexico, or Spain. Okay, so in this way we'll be able to confirm that our query is correct, and we just cross checking that. Okay, so I'm just making it in the previous position. So this is our solution. Okay, now we have to move to the third question. On the third question, the question is show order date, shipped date, customer ID, freight of all orders placed on a specific date, 2018 February 26. If we just have a look on the table, we'll find the table consists of a couple of columns. So we will be taking only the four columns: order date, ship date, customer ID, and freight. Okay, so the condition is we have to fetch those information for a specific date, like though only those orders those orders were placed on 2018 February 26. So here the order date is on the fourth column. So after fetching the column, we have to place a condition on the fourth column, that so that it can only fetch the information of those that specific date. Okay, so let's start writing. Select order date, that should be in the first column of our result set. Shipped date, okay, customer ID, and freight. Freight is this column that is on the decimal data type. Okay, freight. Okay, now we will be writing the table name from orders. Now we will write the condition. The condition here it is where order date, all order placed on. So order date equals that is 2018 February for 02 and 26. This should be the format. I hope this will work. Let's see. Yep, this worked. So now we can see only the items here in the first column. We see those all the orders are placed on 26th of February. Through this way we can confirm, and the other data are as per the question said. We just can also modify a bit, like if we just instead of equals to, if we just write is, I think this should also work. Yeah, now this is also work. we are just replace the equals with is. So this is the solution of the third problem. Let's go to the fourth one. Okay, now we are in our fourth question. The fourth question is show the employee ID, order ID, customer ID, required date, and ship date. So we have to show 5 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 from all the orders shipped later than the required date. So if we just have a look on the table, you will find that there is a required date, the when the order needs to be shipped, and when the another one is ship date, when the order was actually shipped. So we are just looking, the question is asking us to look for those orders. Those are shipped later than the required date. That means delayed order. We are just trying to find out those orders which are not shipped on time. So that's the question. Here is also like a bit hint of expected output if we just wanna have a look. Like here we can see those the last 2 columns are and the result set. The required date is the orders needs to be shipped on 21st of August and that was shipped on 23rd of August. So in this way, all the orders are sorted here. All the orders are shipped past their required date or the later their required date. So okay, let's start writing the query for this problem. So we will be starting with through select statement and we have to show those 5 columns. I'm just writing employee ID, then order ID, then customer ID, then required date, and then ship date. Okay, we have to select from those the information from the table that is orders. Here it is automatically comes. Okay, now comes to the logic. Where what's our logic? Our logic is that the shipped date is always later than the required date. So required date will be first or a ship date will be larger. This is the fact. Required date will be the previous date. So the way we can write the ship date. This should be larger than required date. It makes sense. So we will be fetching all the information where only the ship date will be larger. That means shipped later than the required date. Let's we run the query. Okay, so now we can see the solution is coming out from here, and the results is showing the all the dates like the expected or the hint one that we just saw a bit ago. If we want, we can also reverse the information. Like if we just write the question in this way, where required date is less than ship date, then it should also give us the correct answer. So here the logic is required date will be smaller than ship date. That means it's shipped later. The same thing. Let's run this one. Okay, so it's not showing us any problem. So it is also correct. So whatever the way we write. Okay, so this is our fourth problem. Let's go to the fifth problem. Okay, now we are in our fifth question. The fifth question says, show all the even or numbered order ID from the orders table. So if we just have a look on the table, we can see here's the order ID. The primary key it is that's golden key is showing. So it's the primary key for this table. So we have to show only those order IDs. Those are even. So if we just have a look on the expected output, we can see like those. This is the only one column we have to show, we have to fetch, and it's showing only those even numbered order ID. So if we just solve the problem, let's go. Select, we have to select only order ID from the table. Here the table is orders. Now here comes the condition. We have to select the even numbered order ID. So where order ID how can we make that? How can we select only the even number? Like for the even number, we can follow this convention. Like if we take the mode, this is a special operator that returns only the remainder of any division. So if we just divide it with 2, and if we find it the result is 0, then we can see this is even number, because the even number will not produce any mode. Okay, so let's just run the problem. Okay, now we can see all those even numbered order ID are shown here. We can also change the query a bit, like we can also write in this way. If we just divide it, order ID, if we write the percentage sign and then 2, then it will also return like those order ID, percentage, and 2. This will return also the remainder of any division. So this will also work. Let's start. Okay, so it's not showing us any problem. So this is also okay. So this is the solution of our fifth problem. Let's go to the sixth and last for today's. Okay. Now we are on the sixth problem and the last problem of today's session. So the sixth problem is saying that show the city, company name, contact name of all customers. So we have to face three columns: city, company name, and contact name from cities. So there's a condition from cities which contains the letter L in the city name. So we have to fetch only the information of the cities that contains a letter L, that contains the letter L in their name, and all the information has to be sorted by contact name. So the thing that this is the city. In the table, customers table, you can see we have to fetch city, the city, company name, and contact name. So if we write down the solution, if we just see the expected output, then we can see like the first column, the in the result say the first column is the city name. Here you, it can be seen like Libgis starts with L. Sao Paulo, there that contains letter L in the last word. London. So all the cities are contains with letter L. Okay, so let's start writing. If we write the query, we have to select city first, then company name, then contact name. Okay, so the table is here, customers. Now the condition comes where as we have to look for the specific word, so we have to use the clause that is like, and we have to look on the city column. So we will write in this way where city like, and the letter L has to be in anywhere. So for that we have to write in this way. We have to write it within those percentage sign. This is case insensitive. So if we write the capital L, it will communicate, or it will fetch all the small or capital all L. So up to this point, we will fetch all the information of the cities that contains L. If we just run it, then we can see this Berlin, London, Leona, Marseille. So we have found out, but the result is showing still wrong. So the problem is those name has to be sorted with contact name, the second column. So we have to use order by contact name. So I think this will be the correct syntax. No, it is still showing wrong. So Let's try to find out what the problem is happening here. City, contact name. Oh, we have made a mistake here. It's showing that we have to write company name. We have written contact name twice, so this will be company name. COMP company name, then contact name. Now it should be okay. Yeah, now the solution is showing it's correct, and it is showing the names through the order of contact name. So A, that is alphabetically, it comes first in this way. Okay, so these all are the solutions for today. The some 6 beginners level SQL query problem from sql-practice.com. Thanks for watching.